Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Raven and welcome back to my channel. Now last night there was another Warriors Den live stream and it was quite an interesting one because halfway through I was watching it on Twitch and Twitch sort of went down. The entire site just sort of crashed, everyone went down and I was sort of freaking out because I thought it was on my end and I was going to miss a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it turns out it was actually Twitch and then I went over to YouTube and I watched it there, so it's all good. But it was quite funny to watch at the time. Everything just went bleh, and I'm just like, fuck. But the Den as a whole it's going to be a short one. There wasn't that much, you know, really big news or stuff we need to talk about, but there are a few bits of information which are important and good to know. So we're going to go through all of that, and we also got some really cool new emotes. Some of them really weird, some of them really good. I'll go over that in a minute. Now, first of all, if you played the Marching Fire open test that just happened, okay, you played at least one game of that, you're going to be getting 2,000 steel when you next log in. Now, of course, if you're on consoles, you can get that 2,000 steel as well, as long as you did link your account with, you know, the consoles and all that sort of stuff, like I said in my previous videos. So, that's 2k steel, which is pretty good just for playing an open test. Next up, the Double XP Fest is happening this weekend, so jump on and rep up some of those characters, get you guys to rep 60 if you need, or if you want to start a brand new character and get them up as quick as possible in order to get some really cool looking gear, jump in and do it now. Next, they are having a sale on steel, so you're going to be able to get steel for 30% off. If you want to buy any new emotes, you want to buy some of the new executions, outfits, masks, whatever you want to buy, they're going to be having a sale for that. So if you're someone who spends money in game, that's going to be good news for you. And that works well because they are having a sale on some of the old masks. Okay, I'm going to be showing that footage on screen right now, but they are now going to be 13,000 steel, discounted down from 20,000 steel. So next week on Wednesday, when we get this 30% steel discount, if you want to pick up some of the masks as well, it's probably a good time to do it. Marry that up and then, you know, get the mask nice and cheap, get the steel nice and cheap, and go for your life. Next up, they're taking away ranked jewels, okay, and they're going to be bringing back the ranked jewel tournaments for the weekend, so keep that in mind. This weekend you won't be able to play ranked jewels, you'll only be able to play ranked tournaments. But then once Monday rocks around, ranked tournaments will be gone and ranked jewels will be back for the week, so that's the system they're trying out. So give feedback on that and let them know what you think if you care about ranked. And to go along with ranked being out this weekend, they have the Ranked Vanquishers Challenge. So basically just be the faction to win the most ranked matches and you will get XP boost rewards, and this goes from the 13th of September all the way through to the 17th of September, so keep that in mind. And now we're going to get into the content of the week, and that is these recognition emotes, okay? I really like seeing them do some emotes that are actually showing some honor and, you know, some pride to the person you're fighting because they did well and all that sort of stuff. I really like this. Now, there's a few things to hit on here. One, the gladiator one is fucking awesome. Like, he's freaking standing there, you got the whole arena in the background, and it's like, so fucking cool. That one is really cool. The raider, also really cool. He fucking cuts his hand and, like, you know, rubs across his chest, and the Vikings got some really nice ones as well. Shaman plants a seed. I don't know why she's planting a seed. I guess that's her way of saying, I killed you, but I love you. I don't know. Maybe it's a mushroom. Mushrooms. But yeah, the Orochi one, that's a little weird. They had to make Orochi an emo. He full on, like, he sits there, he's like, oh yeah, cut myself, fucking, it's great, feels good, respect you, it's good. I don't know why they made Orochi cut himself. Okay, I guess, like, that's a sign of respect. I guess you like the guy enough that you just killed to cut yourself. Like, the Raider one was a good one. It's like, you cut the hand, you know, yeah, blood for blood, that whole thing. You did well. But the Orochi one, he just goes fucking starts going at his freaking arm. I don't know. But, yeah, that one was a bit weird. And I love the dichotomy between, you know, the cute little shaman running over and going, hey, I'm planting something, new life coming from your death, all that sort of jazz. And then you got Orochi in the corner just fucking, you know, going at his arm with a blade. I don't know. But yeah, the gladiator one is really fucking cool. The raider one is really cool. And I'm going to be picking those up. They're awesome. Now, all these are going to be playing in the background as well as I keep talking, so just keep in mind you will see what I'm talking about as the video progresses. And as normal, I'm pretty sure these are 7,000 steel, so keep that in mind as well. Like I said, a few of them, well worth it. Other ones, not that much. But it's a good way to honor the dead. Now, next up, the devs talked about the new voice system. Now, they didn't go into full detail. Pope jumped on, and he went over their thoughts and feelings on this. Now, they said that they don't have information right now on what they're exactly doing with the brand new voices, where they're keeping them, where they're scrapping them, where they're upping the quality. We don't know as of yet. They said that they will be telling us later on, because they said they're taking this very seriously and they want to do it right. Now, they've seen all of our feedback and they know that most people don't just hate them because they're new, which once again, if you just hate something because it's new, that's a bit weird, man. But they've been reading all the feedback and they see that most people dislike them because of the fact that they're lower quality, they don't sound as good, and so on and so forth. So hopefully my takeaway here is I'm hoping that they've seen that feedback and they're going to go forward. They're going to up the quality of them, make them sound more like, graph and more warrior-like they did before. And then hopefully once they're updated fully, they're going to be put left in the game or whatever. They just need to sound better and they need to sound on par, if not better than what we had before. So we're going to have to wait and see what they do with that. But the fact that they actually acknowledged it was a really big deal, because everyone's getting pretty fucking restless in the chat and I've seen it all over the place. People want to know what the hell's going on with the brand new voice lines, and now we know that they see there's a problem, they understand there's a problem, they have a fix for the problem in their heads, and hopefully that fix lines up with what the player base wants, and then through communication we can get somewhere, which is really good to see. So as soon as I find out more details about that, I shall let you all know. Next up, when it comes to the breach mode, they said that the open test had a fuck ton more players than the technical test did, and that's obvious because the open test was open to everyone, the other one only got sent out to a certain amount of people. So that was a given, but it's really, really good to see that lots of people end up participating in it and trying out the brand new heroes and trying out the brand new breach mode. Now, I will be putting out a video giving my thoughts on, the breach mode, what I think about it. I will be putting out a video basically in the same one, maybe another one ranking the brand new heroes right now as what I think they're going to be in our 4v4 and 1v1. That should be an interesting one. Whenever you give your opinion on tier lists, people love to fucking slam you if it doesn't line up with what they got in their head. So that should be a good one to go over. I'm looking forward to that. Now, as for what the devs want for the actual breach mode, they said that, 3/4 of the time they want the match to end at the king. So that's where they're trying to balance it. They want basically the majority of the matches to get all the way to the king phase, and then they want, them to smash it out there and have that go at the king, because that is obviously the climax. If you have everyone winning at the first gate or winning at the second gate and it never getting to the king, then that's a little shit, because no one gets to see the last phase, and the last phase, if they do some tweaking on it, could be really, really cool and really, really fun. So hopefully they can get that balance going on, but unfortunately, right now, defenders, it's still stacked in their favor. At 45 for the attackers, 55 for the defenders. So they got to try and get it at least a little bit closer, because a 10% difference is quite a jump. So I reckon if they can get it as close to 50-50 as possible, that way both sides have a chance of winning. Now, they might have to move some spawn points around, they might have to reduce certain minions, tickets, they might have to do all that sort of stuff in order to get it closer to that 50-50. But the main takeaway is, as long as they can get it as close to both teams having an equal chance as possible, and then skill takes over from that point onwards, the better. You don't want the map fighting against you just because you got randomly put on the wrong team, and that would suck a little bit. Next up, they talked about the fact that they might be adding a surrender option to breach. Now, of course, they have no idea when they're going to be adding this in. They have no idea what time it would kick in if they did have one, so on and so forth. So with League of Legends, it kicks in at 20 minutes, but games can go for an hour. These games that I played roughly went from anywhere from 20 minutes to half an hour, so I'm not sure when they'd get it to kick in. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe after the second gate, who fucking knows. That's something they're going to have to work out, but I want to know from you guys down below. Let me know if you would like to see a surrender option in breach if you got to test it out, or if you think that you don't need one and you're fine just playing through the entire match regardless of whether you're going to win or lose. I'd love to hear from you guys. My personal opinion on it is that I could go either way. I really don't mind. I play for fun. I'm fucking around most of the time, and I'm trying to get footage. So the longer the game goes, the better for me, and I don't really mind. It's not a big deal for me, but I know some people would, really like to see a surrender option. So let me know your thoughts down below. And to add on to that, apparently the way they calculate rewards for breach is the time you spend in the game. So the longer the game mode goes, okay, the greater the rewards that you get at the end. So as in the more rewards, so on and so forth. So if you jump into a breach game and it ends pretty much straight away, you get apparently less rewards than if it goes for 40 minutes. So they sort of want people staying in the game more to begin with because then you get greater rewards. But I've also seen the argument from the other end, which makes complete sense, that if I'm on a team with 3 bots and I know these guys are going to stomp me, even if the game goes the entire freaking 40 minutes, I'd rather just, you know, bail out and have fun with actual players than just get my head kicked in for 40 minutes. Which makes complete sense. So on that as well, leave your comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Next up, we got some very interesting data, and this is going to throw some people out of the loop, but it's up there with what I was expecting and what my thoughts have been so far. So the pick rate for the Wheeling Heroes was 70 to 75%, which is really, really cool. I like that lots of people tried it out. But here's something that's going to throw people for a loop. My personal opinion when I was on Doggy's podcast, which is on the channel, you can check it out if you want. But I said Tiandi and Jungjun are pretty much up the top, and then you have Shaolin and Nuxia are down the bottom. Nuxia are down the bottom. I gotta keep catching myself whenever I call her Nuxia. It's a personal peeve of mine right now. Now keep in mind this is just 4v4 breach mode stats, but Jiangjun is apparently Grandpa. He's really high right now on the fight charts. He's right up the top. Alright, Tiandi is pretty average right now. And they said he's going to be receiving some potential buffs. Now they don't know if they're going to be buffing the Grandpa because like I said, they want to see how he tests out in 1v1 before they go jumping that gun. But he's still high in the fight charts and everyone says he's sort of low. I put him high. He's quite up there, at least in my opinion. Tiandi, once again, average on the fight charts, gonna get some buffs, and Shaolin and Nuxia are both at the bottom. So they will be looking to get some buffs as well, which they sorely need, and I'll be going over this more in depth in my video that I do about them later on. And I'll give my thoughts on what buffs I think they need and where, you know, they need to be reined back a bit. But the devs also did say that with Grandpa Jiangjun, they're looking to improve his openers, and Nuxia, they have no major plans for right now, but they're going to at least work on her somewhat buff-wise, try and do something with her before launch. That's some information to keep in mind. And lastly, they're doing a bunch of perk changes to the new perk system that's going to be replacing the gear system when Marching Fire rocks around on October 16th. Now, if you have no idea what the perk system is, you can go back and watch my previous Warriors Dens, and I talk about the perk system there. I give you all the information you need there. So basically, what I'm going to go over is the changes that they're looking to do with it. So first of all, you start off with a base perk on great gear and stuff. You're not going to lose that anymore because as soon as you equip another piece of gear, that instantly disappears unless it has the same sort of trait on it, say Devourer. So they're going to make sure that you keep at least one perk to start the game off with. So even if you jump on a brand new hero, you will have at least one perk going for you, which is pretty cool. So essentially you get to keep that default perk, and on top of that, they're changing how much it costs to change perks by 20%. So if you want to upgrade a perk, it's going to be reduced now by 20%, so it's going to cost you less steel, so that way you can do upgrades more often, and you're not going to feel so shit about, you know, upgrading your gear, which is, like I said, you shouldn't feel bad about upgrading your gear. It should feel, you know, like you're putting something into it and it's rewarding, but you shouldn't feel bad and hesitate, go, oh, should I want to get this execution, but I want to upgrade, and you're not really sure. But they have no solid numbers right now on how much that stuff's going to cost, and of course the visual changes have been reduced as well, which is also a nice bonus. Now the other big thing that they did talk about with the perk system, and the only other thing I want to really touch on, is the fact that they said that they're going to be tweaking the perks so that way you can't have revenge builds, so get instant revenge. You can't have speed builds, so you're running really fucking quick. So you can't have instant revive builds, so on and so forth. So they're going to be trying to get rid of staple builds that will just break the game like that, which is really, really good because we all remember back in Season 1, well, for those of you who were here, Season 1 and 2, when people had revenge builds. I got footage on my computer of 4 guys literally trying to kill a warden, and no matter how much we fucking hit him, he just constantly, every 2.5 seconds, had revenge, and we couldn't do shit to stop him. They do not want a repeat of that, so it's going to be really, really good to see what happens there. But that is it. That is all the news, and that's all they talked about. I can't wait for October 16th to rock around to play these brand new heroes and actually level them up and kit them out, and you know, we'll see what happens there. But keep an eye out for some more videos. I'm going to be giving my opinion on breach mode, and I'm going to be giving my Wu Lin hero tier list, which should be a lot of fun. But that is the end of the video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. I love reading and replying to all your comments down below. And feel free to check out my Discord and Twitter. There is a link down below in the description box for both of those as well. The Discord is a great way for me to talk to you guys outside the YouTube comments section. And of course, the Twitter is a great way for you guys to get a notification whenever a video is being uploaded, because YouTube is a bit weird sometimes. And if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to support the channel further, feel free to check out my Patreon. There'll be a link down below in the description box, and a link will pop up at the end of the video. And if you choose to donate, it is greatly appreciated. And a big shout out to my current Patreon patrons whose names you've been seeing in the background. Just wanted to say thank you for your support. It really does mean a lot. And please share this video around, does help me out a fuck ton. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.